Senator Alan Cayetano.
Magandang tanghali, Mr. Chairman, sa ating DOJ family, Ms. Ruby Tuason, sa ating mga whistleblowers led by Benhar, magandang tanghali sa inyo. Alam kong pagod at gutom na rin kayo. So I'll try to speed this up, but Ms. Ruby started stating, part of the reason that she came back to the Philippines said this, and part of it was really going to church, no? You were mentioning kanina. And most of us who go to church, though, use the Bible as a source of truth. And if you look at the Bible as a source of truth, it also talks about witnessing. Diba? Like the apostles were told to go out in the world and spread the gospel and witness. But the thing about witnessing is this. It's so easy to tell the truth, but it's so difficult or inconvenient when the truth hurts other people. So, with that caveat, Ma'am Ruby and Sir Benhar, I know it's difficult, and you will be going through this in the next few weeks and months, that the more details that people ask, part of your mind will, ayaw mo madama yung mga ibang kaibigan, especially kung wala silang kilalaman dito. But minsan wala kang choice, because these are part of the details. For example, kung ako nagwi-witness and you ask me, sino kasama mo mag-lunch? And may kasama akong private na wala namang kilalaman o kaya nababanggit, minsan gusto kong tanggalin. Pero the truth is, pag hindi mo binanggit, then later on may testimony, alam mo, sabihin mo, di ko kilala, yung pala kilala mo, o kaya hindi kami close, pero close mo. So I think, at least kay Ms. Rubino, you cannot really be half a witness here. People will have to understand that you have to do this. No? And you're not volunteering this information. Tatanungin ka, whether ako, whether yung judges and everything. No? So anyway, let me go on and just give you both that comfort and that encouragement. That if you have to mention, etc., no? Or you can just be honest, na, sir, there are some private people here, wala silang kilalaman, ganyan-ganyan, or that has nothing to do. Then we'll direct you. We'll tell you, no, we want to know. Or you said, okay, we'll respect that. No? Anyway, let me start with Benhar. Benhar, sabi mo kanina, you're happy nung nalaman mong lumabas si Miss Tuason. Kailan mo unang nalaman na lalabas siya? Or may himig na ba, even kung wala siyang pangalan, na meron iba na baka bumaliktad na rin or magsabi na rin ng totoo? Bumaliktad in the sense that they were being accused, but now they're going to also start. Remember yung unang 2 punta mo dito, panawagan mo yun na yung ibang mga alam yung katotohanan, lumabas na kayo't magsabi na rin kayo at alam niyo yung totoo. Remember that, di ba?
Yes, sir.
So, when did you first find out na may lalabas na rin na bago?
Nung lang po, Friday din sa balita po, sa safe house po ng WPP, parang maingay po yung mga bantay. Tapos parang parang maaga yun sa DCMM yata, parang balita na may lumabas na witness. Tapos napagising po ako Friday noon Tapos nung lumabas ako, nakita ko, tapos sinabihan nila ako na do I know yung mga bantay ko po, do I know daw Miss Tuason. Sabi ko, Sabi ko, bakit? Sabi niya, magwi-witness na. Tapos ganun. So doon po ako napaiyak.
Napaiyak? Why? Bakit ka natuwa talaga?
Kasi since I was illegally detained and after I was rescued, I kept on praying na I've been persistent in praying na the Lord will send witnesses to corroborate my statements. That I am not fabricating stories. That I am not inventing stories. These are nangyayari talaga.
So meaning, alam mong pag nagsabi siya ng buong katotohanan, alam mo mabibindicate kayo dun sa mga sinasabi niyo.
Yeah.
Kasi di ba pag nagwi-witness ka, as I said kanina, madaling magsabi ng totoo. Pero may mga magda-doubt, may mga magmumura sa'yo, may mga magsasabing wala kang utang na loob or gumigimik ka lang. So, natuwa ka, because if you didn't know her, hindi mo alam kung matutuwa ka o hindi, di ba?
Opo.
But because you know her and you know that she has a story to tell, natuwa ka.
Opo. Because po, sa acquaintance ko po kay Ma'am Ruby, Tuason, may mga din sama ng loob. Parang, paano ba to? Kasi si Ma'am Ruby parang, minsan naghingi ako ng opinion patungkol sa aking pinsan.
Yes.
So, yung
I'll ask you one or two more questions and I'll move to Ms. Tuason. No? But remember, Benhar, I said this then and I'll say it again for Ms. Tuason. We ask these questions first to test your credibility. Second, to test your knowledge. Kasi kahit credible ka, wala ka namang alam tungkol dito, di ba? O kahit marami kang alam, kung hindi ka credible, tingin namin nagsisinungaling. But third, your willingness to cooperate. Kasi pwedeng, tutulong ako pero hanggang dito lang. Kasi tatamaan. Sige. That's why, the most effective witnesses are those who tell all. At doon na nagsasabing, sige, kahit ako makulong na, o as Ms. Tuason said, kailangan pa niya ibenta bahay niya. But that will affect her credibility. Yung desire mo to give back or to restitute is part of building your credibility. Or yung part na, pwede naman tumakas, sinabi niya kanina, ayaw niya makulong. Sino bang gusto makulong? Diba? Ikaw, nakulong ka, na illegally detained ka. Hindi pa nga selda yun, Benhar, no? So, of course, that helps her credibility. But we also have to see how willing she is to cooperate, no? Kanina may binanggit siyang pangalan, Evangelista. Kilala mo din yon?
Opo, nag-uusap po kami sa telepono at saka nag-i-email po ako sa kanya yung mga documents na
Sino siya, Benhar?
si Jose, kaya po kasi Jave po, Sir Jave po kasi ang tawag ko. Jose Antonio V. Evangelista.
Sa pagkaalam
He's
nyo,
a Deputy Chief of Staff
kaninong office?
sa Office ni Senator Enrile po.
So you deal with him also?
Siya po yung sa mga documents po, in-email ko po sa kanya yung ano po, sa Yahoo account niya, in-email ko po yung Memorandum of Agreement, draft po ng listing pag nag-instruct na po si Ms. Napoles sa akin, at saka po yung draft ng endorsement letters po.
So tama yung sinabi ni Ms. Tuason na kung may role na si Attorney Gigi ang nag-play, may role na etong si Mr. Evangelista ang gumagawa.
Opo, i-email
Okay.
na po. Tapos
We'll go
tatawag
to
na
that.
po siya po pag pick up
Yeah.
na yung documents.
We'll go to that later. So, nabasa mo na yung sa dyaryo, nakita mo yung sa TV, narinig mo yung sa radyo, and then today live, nakita mo yung testimony ni Ms. Tuason.
Opo.
May nakita kang hindi totoo?
Okay
May
na.
narinig ka? More or less, I mean, of course, hindi mo pwedeng lahatin, but in general, how did you like her testimony?
Okay po. Yun talaga po yung totoo.
Yun ang totoo.
Opo.
So, tingin mo mabigat yung testimony niya?
Kasi po, yun nga ang critics po sa amin na, at saka yun po yung mga narinig ko po sa privilege speech nila na even the witnesses admit themselves that they have not given money or hindi na karating ang pera sa kanila. So, actually, I am praying for na maglilink.
I-explain ko yun later, but
Apo.
natural naman yun na yung accused, sasabihin niya akusasyon, yung akusado, papakita niya kung may inconsistency. Pero mismo sa Supreme Court sabi na small inconsistencies doesn't make the testimony false. In fact, it sometimes gives it credibility kasi wala namang perfect. Kung author ka ng nobela or gagawa ka ng script ng sine, perfect dapat yon kasi mapapansin. But when you give testimony, especially here, we're talking about 2004, 2008, hindi lang namang kahapon yon. But the inconsistency shouldn't be so glaring to make it a lie. No? That's why tinatanong ko sa iyo kung mabigat kasi ang ating Vice Presidente, Jojo Binay, I'm reading from the Inquirer Southern Luzon, 3:29 a.m. Sunday, February 9th. Vice President George Jomar Binay in Lucena City, Quezon Province on Saturday said that the reported slam dunk evidence provided by state witness Ruby Tuason against his ally Senator Jinggoy Estrada and Juan Ponce Enrile in the 10 billion pork barrel scam was a dud. Tapos, can it demolish anything? Can it? Binay said, laughing, when asked here for comment of the damning testimony of Tuason, etc., etc. No? So I was going to ask Secretary De Lima then, pero she has a cabinet meeting. I'll probably ask you. No? So, ako, when I heard, hindi muna ako nagbigay kung slam dunk or kung dud, because mas gusto namin na nandito siya at tetestingin namin. For example, si Ms. Napoles. Hindi ko napatunayan na nagsasabi siya ng totoo. Pero napatunayan ko sa aking pagtatanong na nagsasabi siya ng kasinungalingan. But it's important for the public to hear all the opinions. So kung opinion ni Vice President yun before, let's see what his opinion is after this hearing. But ikaw, importante sa akin, yung opinion mo Because you said in the first hearing na sasabihin mo lahat at sinabi mo, wala nang dagdag to, wala nang bawas. Hindi later on, hindi ko sabihin, ito pa yung ibang senador o ito pa yung ibang tao. So napaka-importante sa amin malaman kung qualified maging state witness at qualified sa witness protection si Ms. Tuason. And you will be able to say that. And or any of, di ba, any of yung mga kasama mo, si Ms. Unya, si Ms. Sula, si Ms. Louie, di ba, ang makakapagsabi kung may mali sa sinasabi niya or, kasi may nabasa ako sa dyaryo, Ms. Tuason, forgive me for talking to them this way, may nagtanong ka sa akin sa media, Sir, Trojan horse daw si Ms. Tuason. Di ba? So it's good that we talk about all of this. I don't blame people for saying that and then for kung ano sabihin ni Justice Secretary, kung ano sabihin ni Vice President, kung ano sabihin ng mga tao. But importante, lumabas to lahat dito sa hearing. No? So, just for the record, Benhar, no, you're convinced na nagsasabi ng totoo si Ms. Tuason?
Yes po.
Okay. So, go ahead.
Yes.
Finish. Let me go to Ms. Tuason. No? Ma'am, let me pick up dun sa questioning ni Senator Sani Trillanes. No? Basically, I think one of the reasons why he wanted to see if you know anything about the link, no, if the money got to Senator Enrile, former Senate President Enrile or not, is because of the value of your testimony. No? For the record, let me read yung Section 9, Rule 119 of the Rules of Court. No? Discharge of the accused to be a state witness. When two or more persons are jointly charged with the commission of any offense, upon the motion of the prosecution before resting its case, the court may direct one or more of the accused to be discharged with their consent so that they can be a witness for the state when, after requiring the prosecution to present evidence and the sworn statement of each proposed state witness at the hearing in supporting the discharge, the court is satisfied that, letter A, there is absolute necessity for the testimony of the accused whose discharge is requested. B, there is no other direct evidence available for the proper prosecution of the offense committed except the testimony of the said accused. C, the testimony of the said accused can be substantially corroborated in its material points. D, said accused does not appear to be the most guilty, and E, said accused has not at any time been convicted of any offense involving moral turpitude. Question, ma'am, have you at any time been accused or convicted of a crime? Have you been convicted of a crime involving moral turpitude? No. It doesn't appear, even from the testimony of Benhar and from the DOJ filings in the Ombudsman, it doesn't appear that you're the most guilty. Whether we call it in between, whether go between, whether we call it ahente, whether you call it a friend or someone who's putting people together, it doesn't appear that you're the most guilty. Can be substantially corroborated in its material points. Basically, yung testimony ng mga nauna sa'yo, pareho nung sa'yo. So it can be corroborated except that meron kang mga testimony na you filled in the blanks. Now, which goes to the point of Sani. There is absolute necessity for your testimony. Because if you're just going to testify na si Gigi, si Attorney Gigi, or si Ma'am Gigi ang kumuha ng pera, etc., there's already testimony to that. So walang value sa prosecution yon. Second, that there's no other direct evidence available for proper prosecution. Meron May mga dokumento, may papeles, etc. But having said that, that's for Senator Enrile. For Senator Estrada, it's a different matter. I've been standing and asking sa likod, no? Has there been any other witness who said na binigay mismo niya kay Senator Estrada? Wala pa. So far, ang sinasabi ng mga ibang witnesses, dun lang binibigay sa mga staff or sa... Tama ba, Benhar? Nung nandito ka last time, nagbigay ka ng mga pangalan ng staff ni Senator Jinggoy? Si Miss...
Opo, at saka nakasama na rin po si Ma'am Ruby.
Yes.
Person din po.
Sinabi mo pangalan nila, pero wala sa inyo nagsabi na nag-aabot kayo ng pera kay Senator Estrada mismo.
Opo, wala.
So that's where the value, if I was in the DOJ, no, yun yung value nung testimony mo ngayon. Pero tinatanong din ni Sani yung value nung testimony mo doon. Of course, Senator Jinggoy is contesting that. and asking for the CCTV, etc. So let me go to Senator Enrile muna, ma'am, no? Let me first ask, just to reconfirm, no? So to your knowledge, hindi mo alam kung anong usapan nila ni Attorney Gigi as far as the money is concerned. Tama po ba?
Between Senator Enrile.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. So basically, you deal with Gigi, she tells you the project, she gives you the money, then you just assume that her principal, you either assume nothing or you assume that, may usapan na silang dalawa.
Yes, sir.
Has it ever come up, parang are you authorized or hindi, or you've always assumed that she is?
I always assume she is just chief of staff.
Okay. Can I ask the staff to put up something on the screen? And of course, the whole defense of Senator Enrile is that he had nothing to do with this. It's Attorney Gigi who did it, no? At least yun yung nababasa ko sa payagan, and I remember nag-Facebook pa daw si Attorney Gigi na in effect, in common language, laglagan na ba? Di ba? Or is she to blame, no? But this is a letter. This is a letter addressed to the Honorable Carmela S. Perez, Associate Commissioner, Special Service Sector, Commission on Audit. Dear Madam, we acknowledge the receipt of your letter regarding the government-wide performance audit on the priority development projects, including the livelihood projects implemented through the National Livelihood Development Corp., the Department of Social Welfare and Development NCR, National Agri-Business Corp., and yung sinabi nyo kanina, no, yung favorite, yung TRC, and the Technology Resource Center, which we endorse for funding under the Priority Development Assistance Fund. I confirm that Attorney Jessica L. G. Reyes, Chief of Staff, Office of the Senate President, and Mr. A. V. Evangelista II, Deputy Chief of Staff, Office of the Senate President, has been authorized to sign pertinent documents to ensure the proper implementation of such livelihood projects, subject to the pertinent government accounting and auditing rules, laws, and regulations. The signatures appearing in the document enumerated are those of my authorized representatives. So here he clearly says that they are their authorized representatives. Rest assured of our commitment and support to the promotion of public accountability and improved efficiency in government operations. Thank you, very truly yours. Allegedly, this is the signature of Senator Enrile because it's his letterhead, Juan Ponce Enrile, Senate President. Benhar, kilala mo yung pirma?
Opo.
Kaninong pirma to?
Kay Senator Enrile po.
Okay. Can we go to the second page? This is a letter from Attorney Jessica Lucila or Attorney Gigi Reyes, Chief of Staff, to Secretary Yap in 2008, and you're testifying, Ms. Tuason, on 2008, right? This is to inform you that the amount of 25 million pesos has been provided from Senator Juan Ponce Enrile's Priority Development Assistance Fund for the implementation of various agribusiness livelihood projects to different municipalities as per attached special allotment release order number ROC-08-01347 dated 31 January 2008. We wish to implement these projects through the National Agribusiness Corporation, NABCOR, an attached agency of the Department of Agriculture. Additionally, authority is hereby given to Mr. Jose Antonio Evangelista, my Deputy Chief of Staff, to sign and follow up the project to ensure its proper and timely implementation. Thank you very much, Attorney Jessica Lucila Reyes. So ito yung sinasabi mo na ang nag-handle ng papeles, Benhar, si Mr. Evangelista.
Yes po, inauthorize po ni
Yes.
ano po.
So this is an example that the points can be materially corroborated.
Yes,
It's
po.
in writing, eh?
Yes po.
From Gigi, from Attorney Gigi herself. No? And
Opo.
lastly, the last page, no?
Jose Evangelista.
This is a letter to the Honorable Alan Habiliana, President, NABCOR. This is reference to the 25 million covered by special allotment, says its number, which has been released to your department for the implementation of livelihood project in various municipalities as per attached Annex A. Our office has designated the People's Organization for Progress and Development Foundation, a duly registered non-government organization, as your conduit in the implementation of the said project. In connection, therefore, may we humbly request your good office to assist and facilitate the processing of the documents for the smooth implementation of said project at the soonest possible time. Thank you very much. Very truly yours, Jose Antonio Evangelista, Deputy Chief of Staff, Political Affairs. Alam mo itong mga dokumento na to, Benhar?
Yes po, dahil yan po yung draft na in-email ko po sa office kay Sir James po.
So ikaw gumagawa nito?
Nag-draft po ako tapos in-edit niya na or ano.
Miss Ruby, do you have anything to do with documents or you just put them together, they
No,
do
I
the work?
don't. I don't have anything to do with that.
So to clarify, your work was to introduce Ms.
No.
Napoles to...
My work was, I'm informed by, let's say, Gigi or Jay that there's X amount of budget. So then I tell Ben-Hur. From there, he takes over.
Let me go back. The first work was introducing the two. Introducing, sa affidavit nyo, di ba, yung nung hindi pa kilala ni Senator Jinggoy at ni Senator JPE si Ms. Napoles, you introduced them.
Senator Enrile, I never introduced them.
Okay.
Enrile and Napoles.
Introduce Ms. Napoles to their offices to get business.
Yes, to their office.
Okay. So, once they're introduced, you make them an offer for her. You tell them gusto niya mag-business sa supply, sa PDAF nyo and everything.
Yes.
Nung umpisa?
Yes.
Okay. And then once they said yes, what's the process that took over?
Then they would tell me if they have a budget.
They'll tell you how much.
How much?
Okay. Then when you know how much,
I will tell Ben-Hur there's X amount of budget. What will they do with that? So then she makes a list. Him or Mrs. Napoles makes a list of where that money will go. Then, sila na yon. Hindi na ako nakikialam kasi hindi ko naman alam yon.
okay. Mr. Chairman, at this point, may I ask, I'm not sure of my information, but I was told that Mr. Evangelista is still in the office of Senator Enrile and subject to parliamentary courtesy and everything. Well, whether he's not or not, but subject to our own rules in the Senate, I think he should be also given a chance to reply and to answer, especially that his names. May I ask the DOJ, was he also charged?
I saw his name.
Yeah. Gusto mong pakita? Tapos yan.
In connection with that, we were informed by the Sergeant at Arms that Mr. Evangelista is not in the building, but I would like to, they were able to get from the records of this Office of the Sergeant at Arms pictures of Mr. Evangelista. We'd like to show it to Ms. Tuason so that she can re-verify. De Los Reyes. I'm talking about the escort, De Los Reyes. I'm sorry for the mix-up. Alfredo De Los Reyes.
Senator, can I look at the book again? Because sometimes there's two of them. I just don't remember if it's for the food or for the money. Hindi, mababa eh. Kaya ano mo magbitbit?
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Yes, Senator. Po?
Just an administrative matter. May we request also calling for the TLRC representative, Dennis Cunanan, because in light of what's been mentioned about the participation of the TLRC,
Yes.
and there's a rumor that he might be converted into a state witness, and I think that with the gravity of the participation, it depends. I don't think we should allow that to happen before having all our doubts questioned in this participation, supposedly, of the TLRC. That's
Yes.
one. Number two, I think there was a request by Senator Jinggoy about the CCTV.
We asked that. The request was that Ms. Tuason be asked specific dates, but unfortunately she
So
replied.
do we have the capability, perhaps, to look into the whole, or that will be too much?
I think they're doing it already.
Okay. Thank you. That's all, Mr. Chair.
And we take note of what you stated, that at least it's narrowed down to 1 year, no? 2000.
That's what was mentioned by
Yes,
the
2008,
result,
no?
2008.
Yes.
And during session days.
And
in the
during session
afternoon.
days, so at least you narrow
the afternoon.
down in the afternoons.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, just on the point of Mr. Dennis Cunanan, I think it was on the media that he's volunteering to be a state witness. So maybe we can ask later on the DOJ whether they're considering this or not, or if they've rejected it, why. Because after reading that, I read nothing after that, if he was admitted or not and why is he considered or not. But he's been charged also, right? Okay.
Miss-
If
Would
Ms. Tuason is not yet
anybody
finished, can we-
in the